This is a video demonstration for an introductory PowerPoint project using Microsoft PowerPoint 2013. Once you open PowerPoint, you're going to open a blank presentation, and typically PowerPoint will automatically open up to a title slide. When you get to this screen, you want to get a blank slide option. To get a different layout, you can right click and go to layout, or simply go up here to layout, and you're going to pick a blank layout, and then you're going to insert some word art here. To insert word art, you go to insert and then pick word art. And the word art you're going to pick here doesn't really matter. It's going to say Pawpaw in all caps. Once you have that done, you're going to highlight the text there, and then select text fill, and then select picture. And then when you get to the screen, you have to find the picture you're going to put into the word art. In this case, it's located in the pickup box, and this is the picture I'm going to use. When you have the word art selected there, you're also going to do some editing to it, and you need to highlight it, select text effects, which is going to be up here, pick transform, and then select some sort of warp. There's a lot of different types of warps here. So you'll pick a warp that you would like. You can always change this later if it doesn't fit or look okay. Once you have that, you're going to insert some more word art. This one's going to say middle school. Once again in all caps. And once again with this one, you are going to use text effects and then pick a kind of warp. And you are also going to fill this with a picture of the middle school. And then once you have those on there, you kind of want to play with that a little bit and see if you can get it to fit or mesh a little bit better. Once it fits okay and it looks decent to you, you're going to insert a text box. To insert a text box, you go to insert and then pick text box. And when you put a text box down here, you will usually want to drag them. Hold down your left mouse button and drag where you're going to want that text box at. The text that's going to go in this top one is going to be welcome to, and then the size is going to be 66. And the font type or font style is going to be Alba Super. If you don't have the Alba Super choice on your computer, just pick a different one. I'm just going to use Berlin Sans FB to me for this presentation. It also needs to be center aligned, and then you want to kind of move it around so it's centered and at the top of the page. Once you have a top text box on there, you're also going to put a bottom text box on there. The size of this one is going to be size 40. Use the same font style as you used on top. Once again, needs to be center aligned. If your text box is too short, too small, it'll go into two lines like that, so you may need to widen it to make it all go in one line there. So you also need to center align it. So you need to highlight it, center it, and then you still may need to adjust that box if it's not centered enough. Next thing you're going to do here is format the background. To format the background in PowerPoint, you can either right click and go to Format Background, you can pick some different designs there, or pick Format Background from there. And the background you're going to pick for this specific project is going to have a gradient fill, and the gradient fill is going to shade from the title or from the center. So when you pick gradient there, you're going to have some different options there. There's some presets, and then the type, you're going to pick shade from title. Next thing you're going to do is change the gradient stops and the gradient colors here and make it red and white. And as you can see, there's a lot of different options that you can do here with the colors. If this isn't big enough for you, you can always make it larger down there. Lots of different things you can do here, lots of different ways to alter that. But the colors you are going to be using are going to be red and white. So I'm going to change some of these colors here to red and white. Lots of different ways you can do this. If you start getting a little confused there and there's too many gradient stops, you can just remove a gradient stop. So it's not really, it doesn't have to be, perfect or anything, but as long as it's red on the outside and it's got some white in the middle there, that's going to be fine. Once you have that done, that's pretty much the first slide. So you're going to want to save that. I'm going to save it to your documents. So you might need to find your documents, find your network name, and then save it as something with a name that you're going to be able to recognize and find later. And then when you have that done, you're ready for a new slide. So new slide gives you another slide here, and you want it to be blank as well. One thing I didn't do is apply it to all yet. So if you look here on the first slide, it's already applied to that one. To apply to all, you just hit apply to all, and it will make that formatting the same for every slide. So that's the first slide, and now I'm going to insert some more slides. You are going to need a total of 9, so I'm just going to put 9 in there right now. So all my slides are pretty much there already. The second slide, you're going to insert a text box at the top. It's once again going to be size 66. And you're going to use the same font type from the first slide. If you want to use a different font other than this Berlin Sans, that's fine. Just use the same one in every slide so it's consistent. And you once again do want it center aligned. And then when you have the text box on top, you also want a text box in the middle of the slide. So I'm going to insert another text box. And the size of this is going to be smaller. It's going to be 40. Try 40 here. And then the type of this font is going to be the same that you've been using. And what you're going to type in here is going to be 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. And when you type in the TH after the number, it automatically goes smaller. Unless you do what I just did in backspace, then it will not. So if you're having issues with the formatting, you may want to cut the box and insert a new text box, and the formatting should reset for you. So once again, 40, same font type, and then when you type the TH in space, it will automatically get smaller. unless you start messing around with it. And after you have those in there, you do want them center aligned and you do want them bulleted. So that's going to be pretty much your second slide.